Hi Jake, happy 30th birthday. I am so happy that you turned 30. This is a good day for all of us. I was just thinking when you were little, and one of my favorite memories, and I have such a bad memory, it's terrible, but my favorite memory of you and one of my favorite all-time memories is just when I was pregnant with Joseph and I was very sick and I was laying on the end of my bed, just kind of miserable, and you were just walking around with your blanket, and you loved your blanket like more than any kid has loved a blanket, and it was like it had been in shreds and I'd pieced it back together and re-sewed it, and it kept getting smaller and smaller because it got worn out. And you looked at me and you knew I was miserable. You looked at your blanket and you looked at me and you just took your blanket and you laid it over the top of me. And it was like the greatest sacrifice that any little person could ever have provided. Anyway, it was just so sweet. You're one of those kids who was aware if I was having a hard time or whatever. And most kids, they don't really understand that your mom is a person until you're an adult. But you always did. I love that. I loved when you came home from your mission and I got to have you to myself for a little while. You didn't go to school right away. So you were just home and you got to recover, which you needed, but that you would just lay on the bed with me and we would just talk and have long talks, and just, we had such a good time together. It was really a sweet time for me. I also loved when we got to go to Mexico on the cruise and just you and I did that excursion. I think the others went scuba diving. We did the excursion to go see the ruins, and it was on the top of the cliff with the ocean below. We got that amazing picture with the rainbow over the ocean, and it was so cool, and we just got to have that cool experience together. I love that. I love you, Jake, and I'm just grateful for you. I'm grateful for how good you are to all your sisters and brothers and how so loyal you are, and how Dad and I can say, Jake, we need your help, and you're like, I'm in the car. It's my favorite. I love you forever. You're such a dear, sweet, wonderful man. I love you, Jakey. Happy birthday.
Jake, you're 30. Happy birthday. I can't believe we're 30. I can't even handle it. We have known each other for 12 years now, and that's pretty upsetting, but I'm so happy that I get to wish you a happy birthday. Your sisters asked that I share some memories so you can feel happy about turning 30. So just in thinking about the past couple days, I was thinking a lot about freshman year and the partying and the rock stars and the late nights and the video games and all sorts of stuff. That was so fun. It was so much fun, but mostly I remember lots and lots and lots of laughing, and you are so good at making people laugh. So I'm so glad that we're friends and we have all these memories together. I wanted to share one thing. That's one of my favorite memories of you and it's super cheesy, but we were at Smith's at some stupid hour of the morning, I'm sure. In Provo, and we were leaving Smith's and super dark outside, and some man was like walking towards us in the parking lot, and it scared the crap out of me, and you were just kind of like, I'm gonna and it turns out it was this like homeless person, and it was pretty clear that he was like drunk some way or something, and he asked for food, and you know, I didn't know what to do, but you said okay, and you walked with him. I think he asked for money, and you were like, how about I buy you some food? And I was just like, but you walked with him into the store, and you walked him up and down a couple of aisles, and you bought him like some apples and some I don't even remember. Pretty sure it was some ramen. Bought it for him, put it in a bag, you know, and sent him on his way, and he just kind of shuffled away. And the whole time I was just kind of like, oh my gosh. But after that, you didn't say a word. You weren't like, I'm so amazing. Like, you just did it, and we drove home. And that has kind of stuck with me, because you're that guy. You're that person that is super generous and nice, and you really don't think twice about doing stuff like that. So anyways, happy birthday. You're 30. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!
Hey Jake, happy 30th birthday, buddy. Hope it's a good one. I was asked to share a couple of memories from, when we were getting into trouble back here. So I think one of the first memories that comes to mind is sitting in the cafeteria at OTHS, and you had the bright idea to try and snort some sour powder from somebody's lunch. And it is still to this day one of the funniest memories I have of anybody. You just run around like a crazy person, stuff coming out your nose, tears coming out your eyes. Hilarious. Another fond memory I have is when we shaved our heads for Alex after he started losing his hair due to his cancer treatments. That'll always just be a really good memory I have of just brotherhood and being there for your brothers. So thanks for the memories, and hope you have a great 30th, buddy. Love you.
Happy birthday, Uncle Jake.
Happy birthday, Jake.
Do you love him? Yeah. Say, I love you, Jake.
I love you, Jake.
Do you miss him? Yeah. What's your favorite time with Uncle Jake? Do you remember that he always lets you play in his car?
Yes.
And does he let you play with the windows and let you drive? Do you remember that? Do you have fun with Uncle Jake? Yeah. I think that's my favorite memory of Jake, that he always lets Elle play in his car for hours. And everybody's like, where's Jake and Elle? Well, they're just out in the car for hours, playing with the windows. And you're just the best brother-in-law ever. We love you, we miss you. We wish you the happiest birthday. Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Love you.
I love you.
Happy birthday. My favorite memory of you is when we had you and Aaron over for dinner, and Jane was an infant. And you just sat there and loved her and cuddled her, picked her up, and I think you even changed her poopy diaper for me. I mean, how awesome is that? We love you, Jake. Have a good birthday.
I love how you say there's no leopards here. It was so much fun. Hi, Jake. We love you. You're the best. I like when you play with us.
Okay, so here's a couple pictures I found. Here's one from when we were outstanding students. Hooray for us. And the picture quality is not very good, but there we are, so tiny. And then here's one, I'm pretty sure this is from science camp. We're just babies. So cute. But science camp was a blast, like I said. Giving Mrs. Stack and I a heart attack was just hilarious. Not that you actually gave her a heart attack, but she was frightened and it was hilarious. And then this one was from English when we did, and then there were none. I shot you, and then I felt bad, and I hung myself. Just kidding, sort of. But anyway, I had a lot of fun making that. And this is not focusing, but those are just some fun pictures that I thought I would share as well.
Hey Jake, happy 30th birthday. Jason here from Santan Valley, Arizona. I got 3 things to say. First one is birds. Second one is Mustang. And the third one is, what are you doing, burning crosses?
So one of my favorite memories is from before Jake and I were even dating, and I had gone to a barbecue at my brother's house, and him and his friend had been there. And all I really thought after that was, they seem like fun, I should hang out with them again. And so I invited myself to go to church with them, and I was right. They were really fun, and I talked to Jake the entire time during sacrament meeting, and it didn't stop. I kept talking to him. We talked every day after that, and I just remember that day being so fun because we were being silly and wild and crazy and rambunctious, and it was so fun. And that's kind of just how I feel like life with Jake is. one silly, weird, rambunctious thing after another, and I love it so much. But happy birthday, Jake. I love you so much.
One of my fondest memories of Jake Young, well, it's got to be when we lived together, all of the nights that we spent cuddling and holding hands in the dark while we would watch a movie or something like that. Oh, was this on? Jake, happy birthday, man. 30. That's a big milestone in your life. Trust me, I've been there. Just give you a little heads up of what you can expect with your life now. Your body's going to start hurting in the morning, mainly your back. If you go to a movie that's longer than 2 hours, your knees are going to start to really hurt towards the end. But that one kind of takes care of itself. When you get to like 32, maybe 33, you're going to have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the movie anyway, so you can just stretch out then. But you know what? I'm not really worried about it because like anything else you've done in life, I'm sure you're going to just crush it. But I've been asked to share a memory that we have, one of my favorites, and there's a lot. But the first one that came to mind was all the harassment that we give your sweet mother. That doesn't mean some of it isn't deserved. It doesn't mean she doesn't like it, and it doesn't mean that it's going to stop. But I thought we could just address that here and now. So I will never, ever forget the man corner that we had in O'Fallon and Institute, and all the laughs that we had in the man corner, and we were probably the only ones, but that's okay. Do you remember the time we were hot air balloon pilots for a day? I think that is my second favorite job that I've ever held of all time. I think the count now is at like 1 million, somewhere around there, of all the battles that we've won against your mom. But really the important number there is that we've lost 0. So undefeated. How about that time we grew mustaches for like 3 weeks in the month of March, and I think every time we were in church or institute, your mom just laughed at us and told us how hideous we looked. And we probably did, but there's no one else I would rather look hideous with than you. So all the times that we have to correct your mom when she calls us boys, when we all know that we're men, manly men. And who can forget the time that your mom ran you over with her car after Institute? I was there, you were there, and she was there because she was behind the wheel and you were under the wheel. And I will defend you on that till the bitter end. But I'm glad you made it out of that alive. I'm glad you're still here. I hope you have a fabulous birthday and many more to come. I love you, man.
When did I fall in love with Jake? I mean, who remembers that stuff? I mean, who would remember that it was July 3rd, 2004? Anyway, I've always loved him since I met him. We're coming up on our 15th anniversary. Jake is tender and hot and creative and good looking and funny and attractive, and I always feel loved around him. I just like having him around, and I miss him very much.
Happy birthday. This is the 30th, and on you it really looks really good. You're handsome, and you got everything going for you, so you shouldn't be so sad about all this. Remember last year I sent you a card that said, "So glad you were born day," and then the world would be seriously boring without you, and it really would, and this family would. You had so much life and so much fun, and definitely increase the decibels of everything we do. But I love that about you. Okay, and at the same time, I love your tender heart. You are really so sweet with your family. You're such a good family member. You love your little sisters, and I love your relationship with them, how sweet you were with Carly, even shedding tears over her song. And you've just been so good to these little girls, and I can see that you really care about them. And that's a part of you that I really love. And then I always enjoyed your relationship when with your brothers when they were here. You'd sit around playing cards and somebody would break out into song, and then you'd join them, and pretty soon you were back to your game again, and then somebody else would start singing something, and anyway, that was so fun for me to just watch you guys relate to one another. You just have such a good relationship with Tyler and with your brother. So anyway, I love that about you. And you were so cute with your dad this time. You had some interaction that really amused me, and I could see you have so much respect for him and he for you, and you just love each other, and I love to see that. And then you have such a special relationship with your mom. That is special, super sweet, and has been for all those growing up years. So I love that about you. And let's see, your other relationships with Allie, and you two make such a good couple. And you're so bright and handsome and talented, and you just have so much going for you. And when you were studying for that MCAT and gave up everything, all the late nights and fun times, and just studied so hard, and it showed so much character, and I think that's going to pay off too. But it just showed me that you have so much tenacity and can accomplish whatever you set out to accomplish. And I just want you to know I really care about you and really love you. And I know that you care about me, and I love that. And that you've been so willing to help me with things. All the tall things and all the other things. You really have a good heart. And I appreciate all you are. So happy birthday.
Hi, Jake. So we are collecting memories, apparently, of memories that we have with you. And I was going to, at least put mascara on or something so I don't look like a total dead zombie, but my husband's out of town, and I have 5 crazy kids, and one is a newborn that keeps me up late at night. He literally just spit up down my shirts. I've got that going for me, so it is what it is. So if it's a hectic video and there's lots of kids, I apologize. But when I was thinking of memories, I'm like, it's hard to just narrow down one, because to me California was the Youngs. Those were the best years of my life, and I'm not just it's not just hyperbole. I look back at California very fondly with those were really crucial growing up years for me, I feel like. And I can't help but think of California without thinking of the Youngs and Jake and all these fun things that we did. I guess narrowing it down to one tiny little memory, and I don't know why this one stuck out, but I was remembering science camp in 6th grade, and I don't remember if they asked for volunteers or if they just chose you, but the counselors were helping us as little 6th graders put together a prank for the teachers. And so I think they pushed 2 tables together. I can't quite remember how they did it, but basically you were under the table and they had a hole, or they had pushed 2 tables together somehow, and so just your head was under the table and there was a box on top. And I just remember, I think the counselors told Mrs. Dack and I to go through and lift up the boxes and see what was underneath. And I almost want to say, my memory's terrible. I'm so sleep deprived right now. But I can't remember if it was a race to see how fast they could do it. I just remember her lifting up the box and your head was underneath because you were underneath the table, and you struck the perfect pose. You just had this wide mouth, and oh my gosh, I just remember the whole room cracking up and laughing so hard and thinking, that's hilarious, that's my cousin, he's awesome. And with 6th grade, one of my favorite memories is the fact that we both won the Outstanding Student Award, which I think is so cool because those both our first year there. And the fact that our peers voted us as the most trustworthy, I'm like, go Mormons, go Cockerhans family, we rock. I still think that was pretty awesome, and it was reflective of just the kind of kid that you were, because you were a good kid, just I don't know, you really were one of my best friends. You were like a brother that didn't live at my house. I felt very, I don't know, I just felt safe with you. We were one of my best friends, and we had a lot of fun. Like I said, thinking of specifics, it's like, oh my gosh, I could go on and on. We had lots of sleepovers. Specifically, I remember one sleepover we decided it would be smart to sleep outside on the trampoline, and then like at 5 in the morning we woke up and then the sprinklers were on, so we had to all run back inside. I remember lots of swimming, lots of night swimmings, going swimming at night with the red light in the swimming pool, playing like sharks and minnows for days. I remember you and Joseph sword fighting and like coordinating the way you'd hit each other, so it was like choreographed and everything, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I remember randomly, and maybe I'm crazy, but there was like this computer game we'd play, and I want to say it had worms and cheese, but maybe I'm so off. I'm just remembering orange, but I think it was worms. I don't remember. I just remember playing that. I remember lots of Halloween parties because we were too old to trick or treat, so our moms let us invite kids over, and we would play games and eat candy and junk food, because that's what you do when you're too old to trick or treat but young enough to party. Yeah, just so many like I said, science camp going. I can't remember if we were in the same group or not, but I just remember pelicans and our group cried, the pelicans. So many things, but overall, just like I said, anyway, like so many things. Just I could go on and on, but so many good memories. I think the only bad memory I have is when you guys left us. That was pretty much like the worst day ever. I remember being super sad, and California just wasn't the same without you guys. It just really wasn't. I think the only good thing that came from that is the fact that when I went to high school, there was no longer any more French horn players, so I had to learn the French horn, which is pretty much the best instrument ever, so that's probably the only good thing that came from that. But really, that's the only bad memory I have. I just remember lots of good things, and I feel very blessed that we had that opportunity. I know we have a huge family, so many cousins, and I remember growing up always being like, who are the Youngs? Who's Jake? I know he's like my age, but who's that? And so I loved that we had the opportunity in California to really develop a relationship and become family. There's one of my children. Anyway, to really develop a relationship, I feel very blessed and lucky in that way, because you're an awesome guy, Jake. You're hilarious, but you're also very generous and very kind. Like I said, I think, in 6th grade, the fact that you were voted by your peers as the most outstanding student boy is reflective of just the kind of person that you are. That you are generous. You're a good man. So, congrats on becoming 30. Way to be an old man. It just gets better. Just kidding. But yeah, happy birthday.
Oh, Jakey Poo. The hard thing is recounting just one memory. It's just, let's be honest, we all miss you. I miss you. We need to get together and have a game night, really, because I just remember laughing. There's just multiple things. I remember, oh my goodness, we were at Camille and Anthony's having a game night, and you taught me that the Lion King song pretty much says, I think I got a penguin in my bottom. I think I got, and that's all I hear now when I listen to it, which is amazing. Trying to think also, how can we forget the multiple times you pushed me into a corner with your butt, and I mean, that's just, we can't forget that ever. But I think one of the most amazing memories to me that I loved was when we found out that Grace was going to pass away. You just texted and said, oh, Squid, I'm so sorry. And that just meant so much, because we hadn't talked for a while, because we both have our busy lives. But the fact that you reached out to me in my time of heartache meant a lot. And then coming to the funeral and crying with me. And so we have a lot of fun times, but a lot of sweet times too. And I'm so grateful you're my cousin, and happy 30th.
Oh, happy birthday! You're 30! I don't know if you remember, but do you remember one night where the three of us went to Costco to go shopping? But you and I decided we didn't really want to be serious that day. So we said, we don't care. Or what do people say or think if we're crazy? We decided to be ninjas. And we hunted each other and did ninja fighting all around Costco. That was my favorite time that we spent together.
and the favorite time that we spent together. You are 30 years old and you are so special. I hope you have a happy, happy birthday. I love you.
Hi Jake, happy 30th birthday! It's hard to pick a favorite memory because every time I'm with you I just have so much fun, but my nickname Obnobry, definitely one of the favorites because you call me it, my family calls me it, stuck with me for like 8 years, I don't even know, definitely not that long, but something like that. And but like my favorite memory is probably when we went with Allie to help her set up her classroom. We were just running around the halls, running around her classroom, just acting like third graders, you know, just how we are. And I love you. I'm so glad you're in my life. You're like another brother to me, and I hope you have the best day ever. Oh my.
Hi Jake, it's Mary. I was trying to think of just one favorite video and it's really hard. You might not technically be in my family, you might be in my sister's, but I consider you like an adopted kid in my family. I love how you break into random song, talk in accents, make me crack up at a moment's notice. I love how you've been such a great example to all my daughters. And one of my favorite memories was getting to go to your college graduation last year. And I was so proud of you, and I was so happy that we could be included in your day. And my family loves you. There isn't a day where I'm not happy when I'm around you. And I love that you're in our family. I love you. Have a happy birthday.
Hey Jake, happy birthday, old man!
Happy birthday, young, vivacious, beautiful man.
We were thinking about like what we should say because you're so awesome. And one of my favorite memories is going to Lake Powell when we were like just both barely married.
Say happy birthday, Jake.
Happy birthday, Jake.
Do you love Jake?
Augie just say happy birthday.
Augie's also saying. Okay.
Anyways, we were at Lake Powell and it was so fun and the water was freezing and we got ripped off by those Indians when we went to that cave. You remember that? And we went to the dam and then Allie pooped her pants like a whole bunch of times. And we had to bail on a tour. Anyways, I just thought that was really fun. And I like that every time we're together that we have fun, even though maybe I'm violent. Oh, sorry. And we just think that you're awesome and we love you so much.
Jake, my favorite memory is always hanging out with you, and well, that's not a memory. I like to hang out with you.
We just love
my
you.
My favorite will be memory is we're gonna go on a Saturday. We're going shoe shopping from 9 to 11. We're gonna go to dinner, probably somewhere nice. Like I'm thinking a big steak. Then we'll play Super Smash Brothers, and I'll destroy you as Kirby, and it'll be a perfect date. No cuddles unless you're feeling it.
Okay, we love you
Happy
so
birthday,
much.
Jake.
Happy birthday!
Hey Jake, happy birthday. I just wanted to say that it has been so awesome getting closer over the last couple years. All the times going out to get wings and playing out on our in Pokemon and stuff. I also just wanted to thank you for being the inspiration to help me change my life. I saw that you had so much success on your diet that was one of the things that really made me think that I could actually do it, and then I was actually able to. You really did inspire me, and that in a way that is completely changed my life for the better. So not only do I just love hanging out with you, but I am just so grateful for the example that you set to me, so that I could improve myself. So yeah, I really appreciate you. Love you, brother.
Jake, you are a great uncle. I like that you are funny and we have a good time together. I wish you a happy birthday.
My favorite memory of Jake and I is when we used to work together on the same team, and we created a game called Orange Tag or something like that. And it was more of a month-long memory of us constantly living in fear that someone was going to throw an orange at us when we weren't expecting it. Oh my gosh, it got so out of hand, but I just remember laughing so hard during that time. Yeah, it was awesome.
The number 30 has research that goes along with it that I'm going to share with you. Okay, so in Minecraft, once you get... I can't hold things. In Minecraft, once you get to experience level 30, that's when you can get the best enchantments on like swords or like pieces of armor. So actually, you want to be level 30. It's not like this, oh, level 30, like, don't really want to do that. It's like level 30 is the best. The 30th episode of Adventure Time. It's called Blood Under the Skin. And I rewatched it, you know, for research purposes. And I think it's highly underrated. It's actually a really funny one. It's, you'll have to watch it, but it's about kind of armor and like trying to one-up each other. Like Finn gets laughed at and stuff like that. And it's really good. Yeah, the 30th episode of Avatar is The Library, which is the awesome one with the owl and I love that episode. And so when I saw it was the 30th one, I was like, of course it is. The 30th song that Ludo ever produced, I didn't know it was called Boat Song, and I looked it up and I was like, this is interesting. Okay. It's a fact. There you go. If you were a polygon, you'd be a triconagon. Just if you ever wanted to know what kind of polygon you'd be. And you, now at 30, have outlived every single seal on planet Earth. Like the seal, like the animals. Because the species of seals that can live the longest can't live more than 30 years. So every seal that you see, from now on, you can be like, I'm older than you, and you'll know like that. So, I think that's some pretty cool things to be able to say. Be like, I'm 30, I'm cooler than you. Seals? I'm so dumb. And I've gone way past my time. We're supposed to do 2 minutes. It's already almost 6 minutes, but I just wanted to let you know, Jake, that you are very special to me. In a way that I can't quite put into words. You've just had a special place in my heart my entire life. Just the big brother that I've always needed and have been blessed to have. And thank you for just being you. I know that sounds silly and people say that all the time, but it's true. You are one of the best human beings, and I have the privilege to call you my brother. So, happy birthday, brother! I hope you can spend it with some good people and do some fun things, but I love you so much.
So Jake is about 6 years older than me, so when we were kids growing up under the same roof, we didn't spend tons of time together because, you know, I was just a little girl and he was cool and grown up. Don't get me wrong though, I thought he was about the coolest person to ever walk the face of the earth. And I remember being in middle school and he was in high school, and I thought that he was probably the most talented, popular, smart, cool brother that ever existed, and I was very happy to tell my friends who I was related to. But I don't think it was till we were both out here in Provo for school that we actually got to know each other for real. And it's been so much fun. I love him, and I think even more now that he's probably the coolest person in the world. One of my favorite memories from out here, though, at BYU in general, is when Jake and I got to take Chem 106 together. So not only was he a great study partner because he's very smart and very on top of it, but he was also hilarious. I loved sitting next to him in lecture, and we got to like have our own jokes, and we just really bonded over the class. I loved it. Stick with me, kid. I'll show you the ropes.
Hello. I'm not gonna try accents because I'm really bad at them, but hi, Jakey. Happy 30th birthday. I wish I was there with you more than anything, but you know, life happens. It's really hard for me to like say a favorite memory because I feel like some of my favorite memories I can't even remember, if that makes sense. It's just kind of feelings. And a lot of the favorite memories that I think about are ones that we've talked about. But they're still great. Just kind of like you surprising us. Me in particular. The play practice one, that was probably the greatest thing that could ever happen at play practice ever. Because I really, really, really hated play practice. And when your brother just surprises you and then you break down in tears and you get to show off your cool brother to your middle school friends, it's fantastic. I also remember this one time, Mom brought us down to the storage room for some reason. I was like, what the heck? Why are we going down to the storage room? And you were posed on a table in the back, and Kate and I both freaked out and were so excited. And, you know, one of my all-time best memories ever, I wouldn't just say with you because it ranks in just the best, is the night that I felt so terrible. And me and Nikki got in the car, and you got in the car, and we ended up in Murray. Oh wow, I'm emotional. We ended up in Murray, and I remember that we just hugged for like a straight 20 minutes, something like that. Finn is looking at me very concerned. I'm okay. And you gave me the best blessing that I had ever received. And that moment, I feel like, is one of those pinnacle moments in your life, you know? Just the ones that you'll never forget. I still have my little my little putty that you got me at the gas station. And this is dear to me just because it reminds me of you. So I will stop crying and I will tell you the research that I did, because the number 30.
Happy birthday, Jake! So they wanted us to tell our favorite Jake stories, and I have two, but I'll make them very fast. One is from high school, actually. You were taking me somewhere, I don't remember, but it was after you had gotten pulled over a couple of times, and your parents were not happy, and we were coming down the street by the junior high, and you were like, watch this, and you zoomed up over the hill, and then you slammed on your brakes at the bottom of the hill, and we laughed and laughed. I just remember us laughing so hard. And then you turned the corner, and over the hill came a police officer, and they had their lights on, and you made the funniest noises ever. You got so nervous. You thought he was going to pull you over. I got really anxious. You were nervous. You were making the weirdest noises. Like, they were not words. You were just making weird noises. And you were like, my parents are going to kill me. And so you pulled over, and the police car just went around you and kept going. And then you were so happy, and you made different weird noises that I wish I could replicate, but they were hilarious. And it was just I don't know, it just felt right. And we were so happy that you did not get pulled over. Then my second favorite story of Jake is when you drop kicked a donut against the wall, and then you caught it in your mouth, and it was awesome. But anyway, we love you, and I just want to say happy birthday.
2.
Happy birthday, Jake. I love you. And I want to tell you that I miss you. And happy... Bye.
Okay, look at the camera, say cheese. Can you sing happy birthday? Say happy birthday to you. Say happy birthday, Jake. Say happy birthday, Jake. Say I love you. Blow him a kiss. Oh, that's so sweet. Happy birthday, Jake. I love you. I miss you, brother. Shoot, it's hard to think of just a memory, just my favorites. It's a lot. I just remember coming home from my mission and kind of looking to you as a source of what was cool at the time and what was fun. And so when you came out to BYU and I was able to hang out with you and spend time with you and with Wes and all you guys, it was fun. It was good and it was great. I just remember a lot of the adventures that we've had. I remember doing Halo 3 and trying to get all the achievements so you get the katana. And I remember you getting yours and just jumping in the air and screaming and then falling and breaking our couch. And that was a good time. But I remember just spending so much time, like when we all lived together, playing Battlefield, hanging out, delivering pizzas when we did that, just going to concerts, just being a true friend. And I miss you, and I miss having you close by so that we could share those things and nerd out over all the nerdy things that we like to do. And so I love you, brother, and I miss you. But happy birthday, and I hope it's great.
What's up, Jake? Happy birthday, man. I just wanted to tell you my first and favorite memory. This was when I was still in St. Louis on my mission. I'm pretty sure it was Gonzo and I. We went to the institute class that your mom was teaching, and I will never forget your rant on turn signals, dude. You were yelling to the entire class about how annoying it is that people don't use turn signals. And I specifically remember you saying like just one finger, guys, just one finger. You take the steering wheel. If you turn right, you stick your finger out. Oh, the blinker turns right. If you turn left, stick your finger out, and it turns left. I was dying. I just remember that was the funniest thing ever, and that's when I fell in love with you. So, happy birthday, dude. Love you. Go Dodgers.
Hey Jake boy, happy birthday! My favorite memory of you is, I remember, I think it was a Saturday, I don't know, that was weird, but you came into the kitchen and you were like crying, and we're like, oh my gosh, Jake, what's the matter? Like, you're this tough high school cool dude, and you were crying, and we were like, what's wrong? And he just kept crying, and you're like, he couldn't even speak, and he kept looking at me all funny, and I was like, what is happening here? And come to find out that he had a dream where I died, and that he was just beside himself, and I guess I died in his arms. I swear it was something to do with Native Americans shot me with arrows. So it's not something that could really happen, but I just remember thinking he really does love me and he really cares about me, and this even in a dream, even when he could see me face to face, he was still really upset. And I just knew that he just, and we had our times growing up, definitely we fought a lot, and not that we would get over it, and we knew we loved each other, but I just feel that was one of the times I was yeah, Jake really loves me and he really cares about me, and if I wasn't here, if I was shot by arrows and died in his arms, it would be a bad day.
Hello, happy birthday. I love you, and I was so excited to share some memes with you and reminisce. I feel this year, my favorite memories with you have just been us playing Smash together and you teaching me all the tricks and trying to get me to stop using up B exclusively. You've trained me very well. I loved all the lessons I've learned, and we've just had so much fun playing. And I think the greatest memory I have from that is after you really trained me, taught me how to play, we played. And I was Captain Falcon, and you are, I don't know, but I Falcon punched you 3 times, and I won. And it was insane because obviously you're the master and I bow down to you, but you trained your student really well, and that was just like crazy and like super fun, and just I'll always remember that moment and just being like, I did it, like I made you proud. I don't know, and it's super cool, and I love spending time with you and playing Smash anytime, and you're the best, and I love you. Hopefully we can make many more memories playing Smash, and hopefully I can win again, because I'm gonna try. Love ya.
Hi Jake, just wanted to wish you a happy 30th birthday. I was thinking back on not too long ago when Carly was in Utah staying with Nikki, and she was having a hard night and I couldn't be there. And I appreciate the fact that I could call you and know that you absolutely would drop everything and take care of Carly, and you went up and gave her a beautiful blessing, and that meant so much to her, but it also meant so much to me. I'm just proud of the man that you are, and I'm grateful that you're my son. I want to know that I love you so much, and I know, Jake, that you can do anything that you set your mind to. You've proved that with your studying for the MCAT and how hard you worked and how successful you were. So I just want you to know, as your dad, that I'm very, very proud of you, and I'm grateful for the man that you are. And I hope that you have a wonderful 30th birthday. I wish I could be with you and let you know how much I appreciate you as a son. And I don't know what's going on. I just have leaks. It just seems to not be controllable, but I am just grateful that I know that I have a son that loves me and Mom and any of his siblings so much that he would sacrifice in the drop of the hat when asked to do something for us. And I couldn't be prouder of you, son. I hope you're not too lonely, but I know Nikki has some plans for you, so we'll call you on your birthday and let you know that we're thinking about you. But son, I'm proud of you and I love you. Bye.
I was just thinking about the time we all created characters, Officer Bronx and Officer DeBronx, and obviously Chief. You loved them more than anyone, and you supported us, and we felt we could really fly with them. And I got a couple people who'd like to say thank you. Thank you, Jake. Thank you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday!
Hey Jake, I'll try this again. So I did my entire spiel and pushed record, so here goes again. But I realized that we've known each other for 12 years now, and that's almost half our lives at this point. But you're one of my greatest friends, and I have so many memories of us, but I was trying to think of some, and I thought of one that I don't know if you even know or have ever heard this story. But one night I was out, we were in Stover Hall, and I was out late with friends or somebody, and I got locked out of our room because I didn't bring my ID card, and I figured, oh, Jake will be up, he'll answer his phone, he'll let me in. Didn't answer your phone, couldn't find where you were, so I went around to our bedroom window, I looked, the light was on, so I was like, oh, he must be awake, so I knew you were there. I peeked through the blinds. There was like a tiny crack in the blinds. Peeked through the blinds, and you must have taken a shower or something, because you were passed out asleep, butt naked. Luckily, face down on your bed. And I shook my head and I was like, well, I guess I'm resigned to this fate of staying outside all night, because I don't know if I want to wake him up at this point. But finally, you got up and you checked your phone and you let me in, but I just laughed because you were naked on your bed. Another memory I have is is us going to the Smiths and getting kicked out because you rode the electric shopping cart around, and that's how we got the Macy's for life, because we would only shop at Macy's for energy drinks from then on. But man, I love you, bro. We have so many good memories, and I hope you have a great birthday. So I'll see you later.
Hey Jake, happy birthday. It is really late here, but making this video. I also have lots of great memories of you. I feel like I've known you as long as Wes has, but I don't maybe know you as well as Wes because you guys have lived together. I have lots of memories though because of that, but a couple memories I have of you is one, I don't know if you remember this, but when we knew each other freshman year, at one point we like shared our musical talents with each other, and we were in the Cannon Center in the one of the rooms that has the piano, and I was showing you a song that I wrote, and I just remember you saying, wow, that was so good, and like you made me just feel really good about my music. And I was like, because I knew you had really good taste in music, so it made me feel good that you appreciated my work. And I also just remember going to DK's Pizza a lot once we knew you guys were working there, and that was good pizza, good times. So and there's so many more, but I just appreciate you and you being Wes's lifelong friend, and who would have thought that we would end up living in your hometown. So life is crazy, and we're glad that we know you, and hope that you feel spoiled on your 30th, and talk to you soon.
So it's come that time again to talk about my favorite moments with Jake. A couple years ago when we did this, I'm pretty sure I said that there are just so many to actually be able to name one. But I want to go back to when we first met. And when I first met Jake, I didn't like him because he came up to me and he hit me in the chest to say what's up. And it actually hurt. I was like, man, that guy's just a meanie head. But then our friendship just exploded. July 4th, our anniversary, just playing Lego Star Wars. And after that, it was just all the time hanging out with Jake, doing everything from playing video games like kids do, to running around in a banana suit trying to get a Mountain Dew out of the trunk of his car, and then him slamming on the brakes, and I go flying into the back window like some cartoon. There's been so many memories with Jake, and they seriously are some of the best of my life. Love you, man.
So choosing one memory with Jake would be absolutely ridiculous, so I didn't. The time I said the F word when we were kids. The demon dog run through the gates of hell. Midnight runs for McChickens and Taco Bell. Walla 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 Willy Willy Wilshire. Airsoft with Brandon and Aaron and Little Caesars Pizzas on Friday nights. Witness for the Prosecution. Beauty and the Beast. Charlie and Liam at the Theater Fest. Listening to Say Anything on the Way Home from Branson with Tyler singing Yellow Cat, Red Cat. The voicemail before I performed for Romeo and Juliet. They sent me away around college. The Summer of Black Ops and Say Anything's self-titled album. You at BYU freshman year and pantsing Wes completely. Y Camp and making the kids think that Marmite was chocolate. making if you're bored, you're boring. Small genetics. Battlefield 3 at Carriage Cove, 2011 World Series, particularly Game 6. The morning I went to MPC, waking up to see the tie on the love sack. Riding each other every week pretty much of our missions. Staying at your place as soon as I got home from my mission, and then again the night before I got married. Game of Thrones, particularly my reaction to the season 1 finale. My bachelor party, The Duke. Pokemon Go with Mike, talking about audiobooks all the time, making Allie mad. Cards Against Humanity, and of course, our many other game nights. 2 TVs in your living room, playing Dark Souls, making Allie mad again. But more recently, crying, playing Dark Souls, just talking about life. Our deep talks on long drives, so to Nikki's house or wherever we were going. Rocky Mountain Wing Shack on Saturdays and after work. Priesthood session, sushi, and of course all of our many other fun sushi runs, and Gonzo getting way too much sushi. Getting our MCAT scores, both of us. And then of course, Thanksgiving, where Elle decided that you are indeed her favorite uncle and one of her favorite people. So I don't know if you were counting, but that's 30 things, and I had to edit this list and take things off. But pretty much, you and I will always be best friends. And I love you, and happy birthday, buddy.
If you want, then when we die, will it send to some place way up?